Hello, my name is Dr. Joanna Kujava, and I would like to welcome you to my new course. I'm very excited about it, called The Goddesses of Eros and Secret Knowledge. And the whole course is based on my book, The Other Goddess, Mary Magdalene, and the Goddesses of Eros and Secret Knowledge. Now, this course can be a companion to the book, but it also stands by itself. So, for example, maybe you prefer just to take a course rather than buy a book. So each module, and there are 5 modules for the course, has a 1-hour lecture with PowerPoints, audio and video, has a guided meditation, which I think is a very important thing to practice what we learn, and also video and audio, and a structured journaling, which also comes in video and a PDF document, so you can reflect upon your meditation and what you learn in each module. So there's not only theoretical and knowledge aspect to that course, but also a practical aspect to this course, which is both meditation and reflection. Now, let me explain in detail what each module is about. So the first module is called Why the Goddesses of Eros and Secret Knowledge. And I explain why it is important to acknowledge this other archetype of a divine feminine, which is not connected to the mother archetype, and why the split between mother and a harlot is very painful and detrimental to our psyche, both for women and men, and to our relationship with each other and with our spirit and with our sexuality and sensuality. So I am delineating the difference between sexual impulse, sexual alchemy, erotic rapture, and how they differ from each other. I also share my own example of experiencing erotic rapture, and also experiences of other people's testimonies, which are also in my book, of erotic rapture, which is basically reaching the states of heightened consciousness through erotic rapture, through a sexual union. Then module 2 discusses Eros and spirituality in Tantra. And when I speak about Tantra in my course, I really speak about the esoteric Tantra, the spiritual approach towards sexuality and Eros. And there I look through the ancient tradition of ancient Dakinis and Yoginis who carried on this tradition for centuries and even millennia in an oral way, because they were not allowed to write it down. And then in the 10th century, philosophers started to write it down. And then I talk about a famous woman sage, Triambaka, who actually started this tradition of sexual rapture as a means of entering heightened states of consciousness. And I speak about esoteric tantric ritual called Kula ritual, which is written in a book as a chapter 29 on the light on the tantras by a great Indian philosopher. So this is my approach towards the esoteric tantra. Then module 3 talks about Western goddesses, Nimna, Inanna, Hathor, and Ishtar, and their sexual alchemy and their sexual magic. So I focus here mostly on Hathor and Isis, and I delineate the difference between lower magic and higher magic, and that erotic rapture and sexual alchemy are actually based on a higher magic. I also cover something that is called the Queen of Elfame, which is a kind of Celtic shamanic tradition as well, as a part of higher magic. In module 4, I'm looking into the Goddesses of Eros and Secret Knowledge, and I focus on Mary Magdalene, which is at the center of my book, The Other Goddess. And I looked at the Gnostic Gospels and how Mary Magdalene is portrayed in the Gnostic Gospels, not only as his favorite disciple, but also as his partner, his erotic partner. And I look into Mary Magdalene going to Alexandria in Egypt and being a part of a spiritual group called Therapeta in ancient Alexandria after the event of crucifixion. So there is a very good research there that I consider in partially my original research for this book and for this course. Then module 5 is about reclaiming the goddesses of Eros and secret knowledge. But before we can reclaim them, we have to look into how they were hijacked, how female sexuality was demeaned, why great women philosophers and women who carried their Eros with great power were called harlots, often very unjustly so, and how mainstream religious traditions very often demean these women, and Mary Magdalene was one of these women goddesses. So I looked at the lineage of goddesses, but also priestesses who carried on this tradition, and how eventually they were edited out from our history. So this is the first part of this module. The second part of this module talks about how we can reclaim them, and including into what is going on right now, not only with our research, but many experiences of many women, especially connected to Mary Magdalene, but also Isis and Inanna. So I'm really excited about it, and I hope you enjoy the course. And I would really, really like to welcome you to take this course with me. Thank you.